Well, good morning, gardening friends. Thank you for joining me on our weekly garden tours now. As you can see, the knockout roses have just popped almost overnight. Looking really good. I can smell this rose already. I could be in the backyard and smell this rose. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's probably one of my favorites. Just because I like that buttery yellow color and super fragrant. So if you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. I garden here in Louisville, Kentucky, Zone 6B. The gardens in the front landscape are a little bit more formal, on the more formal side, and the gardens in the back are more on the wild and cottagey side. But I really like the cottage gardens, so Nepeta is blooming this week, also known as Catmint. Another clump there. Here's more of the catnip. This one probably needs to be moved. Like I said, and I think we all kind of do this sometimes, but when we first get plants, we don't really pay attention to those, the maturity size. So that's what happened, if you are new to my channel, that's what happened to this front landscape here. Last year it got expanded, so the edge used to be where the spireas, the chartreuse shrub there, used to be there, and then as things got bigger we expanded and expanded. So we've got our back layer along the house, the Limelight Hydrangeas. They'll be blooming sometime in July, and they'll go all the way through October, November. Our next layer are the knockouts. And then we have the barberry shrubs. And yes, I have lots of weeds, you guys. I've not got in here and mulched yet. So the barberries, of course the spireas, and the nepeta in between those. The next layer are the blue chip, and this one's white. I got two blue and one white. Butterfly bushes here. These are the dwarf, so they will stay smaller and compact. And in the center of this landscape we have a drift of Russian sage, so that will also give me my purple or the purple blue once my nepeta is done blooming. You can see how that Russian sage has filled out, and it looks like every one of them come back. Then in front of those, and they are on their way, hopefully I will get them sometime soon. I actually was able to purchase the HS Date dahlias, which is like a coral orange colored dahlia on a dark, I don't know, maroon purpley foliage. So I wanted to get them 2 years ago, but they were sold out. So I was super excited to get those this year. So those will go, I think I got 6 or 8 of them. Those will go in front of the Russian sage. So we'll have the blue and then that nice dark foliage of the dahlias with the coral color blooms. still need to get 2 more blue chip or the dwarf butterfly bushes for here. But then I also do a border. So a lot going on in this front landscape. Some people might think it's overboard, but I like it. So I alternate the blue Victoria salvia and the red-orange marigolds every year as a border along this garden edge. And then on the very edge we have alternating lamb's ear. And then this for the fall time, purple aster. So in the fall, the purple of the aster and the orange marigolds look really nice in the fall, late season color. I still need to find something else. My gosh, I can smell that rose all the way over here. Anyway, I'm still trying to find another foliage plant color to mingle in on this edge here, to mingle in with the aster and the lamb's ear. Originally, I tried heuchera, the burgundy heuchera, or coral bells, also named. I had several of those through here, and they didn't make it, so still looking for something else here on this very edge of the garden. Knockout's looking fantastic. You can always count on a knockout rose. In the center here we have what I call the circle garden. I've got a drift of Russian sage, so that will be purple, blue purple. I want to do something different in the center. I usually do a centerpiece in the middle of the Russian sage. And for the past 2 or 3 years, I've done the Mexican sunflower, which is that bright, almost neon orange. But I think this year I want to do something with dark foliage with orange coral color bloom. Maybe, I think they're called cannas. I don't know, maybe something like that, a little different. Mix it up this year. Now here's what I've talked about before. This is the blue Victoria salvia, an annual for a lot of the country. But here in my zone, we must be right on the edge of where it's hardy and not hardy. But every year I have at least, I don't know, maybe 30% of them. They actually overwinter and come back. So this will be blue. I put this in the landscape every year. So I've got more, if you've been following me, I started a tray of those this year. So I'll be putting more in the circle border, and then as well as the orange marigolds. And you guys, I got a gimbal for my birthday from my husband, and to be honest with you, I don't even know how to turn it on. So he's gonna have to sit down and work with me on it for a little bit. He can pretty much figure out shit in like 2 seconds. But anyway, I still need to be trained a little bit on the gimbal, so I apologize for the bumpiness. Hopefully I will learn that soon. This is a Wine and Roses Weigela, looking fantastic. Again, I need to get in here and lay my cardboard down and mulch this. Hydrangea. Another yellow rose. This is not the same one that I just showed you. It's definitely not as fragrant. But this was transplanted from the back garden maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Again, I got to get in here and clean these weeds out and mulch. Just been very busy, of course, working, and I would say the past 12 weekends I've been at my mom's helping them with their house. If you've been also following me, you'll know that, and I will have a video soon of an update on their house if you're interested in that. It's looking awesome. They've done a lot of work on it, and we're supposed to be moving them this weekend, so I will do an update for you guys on that. So yeah, we do a little bit of everything on this channel. Landscaping, gardening, home decor, and then of course we do our Halloween stuff. So if you're new and you're interested in any of that, go ahead and subscribe for me. I'd really appreciate it. Just had a delivery. He's in a hurry. David Austin Rose, looking fantastic this year. This is the best it's ever looked. Extra special, this is my grandma's David Austin Rose. Not sure the variety, but this was from her garden. It's looking awesome this year. Probably need to get something to help support it. Looks good against the shutter there. This is a Bobo Hydrangea, not in bloom yet. Still need to figure out what I'm going to put here. I don't know if I'm going to put dahlias or maybe sunflowers. I got several varieties of sunflowers to grow this year. Another hydrangea, you can see it's getting ready to put on its show. Another David Austin Rose from Grandma. Not sure the variety, but this one doesn't seem to be doing as well. And you can see it's got some spots on it, so I need to get my 7 dust out here. Clematis. I'm not sure what's going on with this clematis, but usually it has more blooms than that. Salvia, looking awesome. Still waiting on that picket fence to put around here. Still have not got my fountain running yet. I'll get to that. Over here are some seeds that they are hardening off, and it's safe enough for them to be out here. These are pepperoncinis, those little peppers that you get with your Papa John's pizza. So that is what this is. If you remember me starting hollyhocks, these are the double white. All of those germinated really good, and then I also got a lemon variety, and none of those, absolutely none of them, germinated. And then here is my tray of the blue salvia. Pumpkin on a stick. Another blue salvia. Marigolds. In here I've got 2 strawberry plants that I have got to get those planted this weekend. On the fence here we have Bathsheba climbing rose, and it is going to be absolutely fantastic this year. Lots and lots of buds. I believe it's their 2nd year here. Salvia, more purple salvia. And I thought I had more Veronica in here. But I just have this one plant. I could have sworn I had at least 2 more. Not sure what happened to those. We got another coral rose in here. A peony. And I think I'm going to move this sometime soon because it is not blooming and it could be planted too deep. So if your peonies aren't blooming for you, it could be that they're just planted too deep. Purple salvia. Weeds, weeds, weeds. I need to get mulch in here to lay down. But Bathsheba rose is really taken off. Happy about that. Here's a peony. Gonna have a huge bloom on it. Not sure the variety. And you can see the ants on there. That is perfectly normal. That is what you want. Here are the Primrose Blooming that I transplanted from the triangle garden. And they will fill out too and get bigger through the years. So the plan is to have maybe a flagstone pathway starting from when you come in the gate and then kind of curving and going straight down to the pergola. So I thought it would be cool to have the pink primrose all the way along the pathway as you're walking back here. Here is what I call the main garden bed here in the back. Haven't got around to, probably this weekend I will, or we're celebrating my birthday this weekend, so I might get a little bit of cash. So I will pick up all my summer annuals and start planting up my pots. Coral bells. You can see all the perilla that I threw down in here last year. And of course all the weeds, but this purple plant here, sort of acts like a ground cover. Lark's Perennials, if you check out her channel on YouTube, she's the one that has or had that all through her garden beds as a filler. Kind of chokes out the weeds and stuff, but gives you a nice burgundy low light, I guess, in the garden. Purple Columbine, one of my favorite spring flowers. Grandma always had this. The seed pods were always fun because each of those little fingers there will have a bunch of little black seeds. Purple iris just popped. I swear it popped overnight. Lots and lots of blooms on those this year. I don't want to bore you with anything that's not blooming. Purple smoke bush looking absolutely fantastic. Love that dark purple foliage, especially with the color of the irises, the green. That there is, I think, a snowball bush. This canthus grass. Hopefully my larkspur will come up. I think that's it under there. I've got this fire pit thing over it to keep the dogs from trampling on my seedlings. I just got this flower thing from my mom this past weekend. Kind of an early birthday present. Here is another coral colored rose. Putting on some growth this year, so that's exciting. There's that creeping Buttercup that only blooms a couple weeks out of the season, but this is one of those never again plants. I know probably half of you probably cringed on that, me pulling that out, but it completely takes over, and I will show you how it takes over. So one little piece of that will take over everything, as well as this loose strife that I'm getting out of here. So this, I mentioned this before, those are two plants I will never put back in the garden. This is exciting. This is Bathsheba, and I don't think it bloomed for me last year, but it will have nice, beautiful blue blooms on it, and it is a gorgeous foliage plant too. Dark purple irises looking awesome. And it smells like grapefruit juice. So here is the area I was able to get mulched. I think in the last video, that's what I was doing. As you can see, it sure does not go very far, but it does look a lot better than it did. Here is the spiderwort plant blooming. Now, if it was a sunnier day, by this time of the day, the blooms would be already closed up. But since it's a cloudy day, they are lasting a little bit longer. Just one of the neat things about spiderwort. Here I have the 3 hydrangeas. I'm not sure the variety. And the Siberian irises have started blooming. Got lots more to come, I guess, because those get more sun. Those are already blooming, but there's a drift of those through here. And remember the irises that I cleaned up in the last video? I chose to plant them here in the edge of this curve here. I don't know if you can see that very well. So these will be lavender irises. I won't show you my ugly, so hosta looking good. I love the big bluish green ones. So I'll be adding more hostas in here probably, because I don't think I'll ever I don't think we'll ever be able to get this tree down. I'm sure it will be a few $1,000s, and I don't know if we want to put that money into this place if we plan on moving in a couple years. So anyway, last year I added my Coleus in and out of the hostas. I don't know if I want to do that again this year or just plant more hostas. Another piece of Columbine. Brunera still has some blue blooms. Definitely want to find more of this and put it in the garden. Larope. Wisteria. Just beginning to bloom. So still nothing yet, guys. I know I've been sounding like a broken record on this area here. This will be my raised bed area. So hopefully by June, we might get some raised beds in here. Let's see. More peonies. Joe Pieweed. And red, dark red iris back here. Now, reds and oranges and yellows, they kind of don't really go with my color scheme up there in the main garden, so that's why this guy's back here. So yeah, you guys, I think that does it for this week's garden tour. Got some more irises over here in Solomon Seal. Again, I'm showing you my ugly. This is our catch-all pile back here of you name it, it's back there. We usually get a dumpster every year and get rid of it or load it up and take it to the dump. So I think everybody probably has those areas in their yard. Catch-all. Solomon Seal. Beagles, I need to let them out. And more hostas here. Alright, you guys, that will do it for this week's garden tour. If you made it this long, thank you so much for watching. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would appreciate that. And thank you guys for following along. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, friends.